Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube. I didn't think that I would ever be saying that, but I thought it might be about time that I show you guys a little bit of what I do in my life. So today I've got Matt with me because we've got a bit of an exciting vlog. I'm going up to pick up a new car today. This is a big moment because you'll see how shit my car is. I've already sworn. Demonetized. Anyway, I'm going to use my YouTube to basically just show you what I get up to. So I am currently a nuclear scientist working a full-time job. I've got a side hustle. I do Instagram stuff. So if you don't follow me already, follow me, Millie CVJ, because I can't fit my whole surname in. So it's just CVJ. Doesn't mean anything. But yeah, I'm just going to show you guys what I get up to in my life within the next few months. There's some exciting stuff that is coming up in 2021. As long as coronavirus doesn't keep fucking the world, but who knows what's going to happen. So stay tuned. YouTube, it's going to get exciting. So this is my old boy Frank. The amount that Frank cost is probably like 5% of what I've had to pay in insurance over the last 18 months that I've had him. I got him when I came straight out of uni. I came out of uni absolutely broke. I had no money. This car I didn't even buy. He was given to me from someone that didn't want him. So he served me really well. We've had a few wobbly moments over the years, but I do kind of feel sad to be getting rid of him. Everyone knows that feeling, you know, your first car. It's like a first child, you've got to look after it. To those of you who don't name your cars, I find that really weird. Like, I care about my car a lot, regardless of how shit he is. So with this new car that I'm getting, I'm gonna need your guys' help in terms of naming him or her. I haven't decided yet, so you're gonna have to help me out. And also, why don't you guess what it is? Don't scroll forward, guess what the new car's gonna be. Write down what you think I'm getting, because I'm sure some of your suggestions are gonna be fucking hilarious. So yeah, but sad day, it's Frank's last one. We have just picked up the new car. He or she is fucking beautiful. I'm very, very happy. So I've got a 1 Series. It is an M Sport. Wait until you see the outside of it. Absolutely stunning. It's a beautiful drive. And yeah, I'm just really, really happy. We are gonna drive home now. I'll stick it in sport mode, see what happens. I should not be allowed on the road, but we won't talk about that. So yeah, we're gonna give it a drive home, have a little brainstorm about names. But from seeing the car, let me know what you think he or she should be called, because as I said earlier, I care about my cars. They deserve to be personified a little bit. We're gonna do a Q&A as well.
A few moments later.
Give us an update.
So things haven't gone to plan. Okay, let me explain what's happened. So essentially, I've got to laugh because I will cry otherwise. So Matt and I were leaving Warrington, literally just got on the motorway. We were going 70 for like maybe 2 minutes, and as soon as we kind of like started to pick up speed, we started to hear some rattling. And I was just like, that doesn't feel right. And Matt was like, no, it doesn't. And then it was kind of getting a bit thumpy, and so we were like, right, let's pull over. Pulled over, I looked at the rear right back wheel, it's fucking smoking. And I was just like, oh, this is not good. So then I day insured the car for today because we obviously had to drive it home. The excess on the day insurance is £750, so I wasn't paying that. So basically called the RAC, he's come out and he said the bolts on the wheel were loose on that side. So from that it's bulged a bit, but we're not just sure if the tyre has bulged or there might be something actually wrong with the wheel. So basically, I'm gonna find out how much it's gonna cost me in a little while. I've got a very bad feeling, I'm gonna be honest. But this is a minute problem in the grand scheme of things. So if it's a bit of money out my pocket to get home safely, who gives a fuck? It is what it is. But yeah, so moral of the story, check every single fucking bolt yourself on every tyre of every wheel of every car that you're going to get. Yeah, stay tuned. Okay, so I don't really know where yesterday's vlog finished, but I hope we got some little snippets to show you what an eventful day it was. The overall story was, when I picked up this car, it was meant to have been MOT'd, and it was MOT'd just before I went and got it, and it passed the MOT. However, when we started to drive it on the motorway and pick up a little bit of speed, we realised there was something wrong, and after taking it to a garage, getting it inspected, and the RAC man who came out and rescued us from the side of a bridge, which was really cold in high winds, we found out that the two rear wheels basically had a couple of bolts loose, and due to that it caused a lot of rattling. The wheel was slightly loose and it caused the tyres to bulge. Then the tyres bulged, and then we needed both tyres changed. They checked over everything else. The guys at the garage in Warrington were so lovely. They were, when people do a good deed and good karma should come for them, I owe them one massively. So they basically saved our asses, and said that everything else was okay, and then we drove it home much later than planned, and I had so much caffeine I didn't sleep last night, but it's all good. It was a beautiful smooth drive on the way back, aside from the fact that it was such shit weather, I could barely see anything. It made it a little bit more exciting, driving a new car in the dark, in the pissing rain, what a good way to test if you can drive it. But it's all good now. So I'm just in the process of speaking to the car dealership to try and get my money back. I will get my money back because no one's gonna fuck with me and my money. I want it back. So we're gonna do that. And yeah, obviously the Q&A that I was meant to do yesterday on the way home, that didn't work out. So we're gonna do the Q&A today, which is the day after, and probably get some shots of the car so you guys can see it, because by the time we got off the motorway it was dark. So we go again. How am I? Aside from being a little bit tired right now, I'm really grateful. That sounds like a shit answer, but I'm really just grateful in this time that I do have my health. I still do have my loved ones. Everything's all a bit weird. I'm very lucky that I can work from home. I've still got my job despite all this shit that's going on. I don't know how I'm going to train and all of that. At the end of the day, health is the biggest form of wealth, and if I've got that, then that's all I care about. So I'm still working on my own goals. I'm still helping my girls achieve theirs, and that's all I care about right now. So things will get better in time, but at the moment, just grateful for what I've got. Okay, so I didn't decide to go vegan straight away. I was veggie first, and the reason why I decided to go veggie was because we met a vegan who lived with us in our first year of uni, and I was just like, why'd you go vegan? She was like, because I like animals. And I was just like, yeah, but I like animals too. And she went, yeah, but you eat them. And I was like, fair. Then as I kind of got through uni, met a few more vegetarians, and I was just like, yeah, I started to see more of rather than chicken on a plate, it was like an actual chicken on a plate, and I couldn't face it anymore. And then for those of you that know, I have inflammatory bowel disease. Had a very bad flare-up of it last year, and it was aggravated by having dairy. So I just decided to cut out all animal products. I'm vegan for half the fact that I don't want to eat little piglets, because they're cute and they're fluffy, or just other fluffy things. And yeah, dairy because I don't want it to fuck me up. So I'll stick to the plants and the micronutrient goodness. This is a really good question. So with all the coaches that I've had in the past, I have spent a long time getting to know them a bit more in terms of through their content on social media. So through Instagram, through YouTube, through their podcasts. Do they know what they're talking about? Then look at their client base. Do they have a good client base? Do they have good client transformations? Then speak to their clients. Ask their clients if they are what they say on the tin. And once you've done all that research, you will kind of have a better way of knowing if you're going for the right coach. When I signed up with Danny, I inquired with her and she sat down for an hour. She gave me a free consultation call over Zoom, and I grilled her. I didn't really grill her, but I asked her so many questions and she had all the time for me. And someone's going to invest in you like that from the start, then imagine what they're going to do when you are paying them and actually working together. So have consultation calls with any coach that you want, because after speaking to them, you might figure out that they are, or they're not, the right person for you. Current favourite meal. I'm so sick of food. Current favourite meal is black coffee. Yeah, I've kind of lost my appetite a little bit. What am I eating most often? I'm having a lot of like Linda McCartney sausages and bagels because they're really high in protein, and a bagel is just an easy way to get some carbs in. Most of the time, no, okay, I'm gonna go with cereal and yogurt. That's like my post-workout meal. I really do like that, but mainly because I'm hungry post-workout. And then what was it? Favourite meal before I went vegan? It's gonna have to be something like English muffin with like proper butter on it. Butter. Avocado, smoked salmon, lots of smoked salmon, poached eggs, just like properly fresh, nice ingredients with a little bit of like, something like fucking chili mayonnaise or something ridiculous like that. I don't really miss having like poultry and red meat. I do miss fish though. I know a lot of people don't like fish, but if I ever did go back, like fish and eggs would probably be what I'd go to. So yeah, something like that. It's a very good question. Got Alf, sponsor me, please. I think I really like Alpha Elite stuff, but I don't have enough of it because it's really expensive. I buy a lot of Gymshark stuff, but once a year in the Black Friday sale. I'd go with Gymshark just because I've worn their stuff for ages and can rely on it a lot. I also like the Trained by JP stuff, super comfy. Even the Monster Factory hoodies are really comfy. Basically anything that makes my butt look better than what it is, as all you girls know. Most challenging has got to just be my inflammatory bowel disease. Like when that's flared up, I've literally been so ill that I've basically been like bedbound, and the thought of not being able to be well enough or not knowing when I'd be well enough again to be able to train. Like in 2019, I lost like 11 kilos in 2 to 3 months, and it was starting fresh again to rebuild all of my muscle. Yeah, it's tough, and when it does flare up, it terrifies me because I don't know how long I'm going to be ill for. So that kind of thing gives me a little bit of anxiety when I think about like the future and what plans I've got, and if it were to crop up and get a lot worse. But it doesn't matter, we move anyway. Oh, what a question.
Stare down. How long can you go?
Well, when the gyms are open, I go to the gym like 4 times a week, 4 or 5 times a week. I don't do the deed that often, and you can mimic how, let's just say I go for the gym as long as I had my right hand. That's all that matters. Next question. I think I'm most looking forward to, this is going to sound ridiculous, but to the hardest times, to be able to prove to myself that I can get through it, to prove to myself that I can do my 9 to 5, I can do my hustle, I can do social media and Instagram as well as doing a prep. If I can do all of that and do a good job of it or try my best, yeah, that's all I want to do, is to show myself that I can do my best even in the hardest moments. So that's what I'm looking forward to the most. But I say that, the other part is along the journey to just meet other competitors and other people in the fitness industry, because that's something that brings me so much joy from doing it. I've met some amazing people, and I hope that it just continues. I had a wild time at uni. I really did have a wild time at uni. So to those of you who know bassline music, so bassline originated in Sheffield. It's kind of like squelchy D&B, that's pretty sick. I love it. There's a few bassline DJs who are really well known. So Skepsis, Bass Boy, Darksy, Brucey. If you know those DJs, we at the end of our second year exams said, how many retweets for you to come play at our house party? And we actually got that many retweets that all of these DJs came and played at our house party. We had to hire bouncers, we had to make like tickets and have certain invites. Our neighbour spent a lot of time calling the police. We got Spotify to sponsor it. We had their speakers. Brucey crowd surfed our kitchen. There were that many people in it. The floor was vibrating. We thought we were going to fall through. But I'll see if I can dig out some footage so Matt can put it in. But it was insane. Very, very good times, and probably slightly illegal. A little update in terms of like where I'm at in terms of what I'm doing with my fitness bodybuilding life. I am 6 weeks away from starting prep. I'm starting prep at the end of January. The shows that I have lined up, I've got 3 that I'm planning to do. So 1 regional qualifier in June, 2 bros, and another regional qualifier in July, also 2 bros, possibly finals in August. So things are all a little bit interesting now, because obviously there is like a national lockdown pending. We've all just kind of been put into our tiers, which is the new name for lockdown 3.0. So training is about to go back to home training, which I'm fine with, I'm ready for. It's just a lot of 3 weeks ago I was at home, then a week ago I was at the gym, now I'm at home again. So it's a lot of adjusting. So I am currently just trying to push food up as much as possible to start prep in a really good place, trying to build as much as I can, and then we will see what happens next year. It's a little bit weird with all of this uncertainty, but that doesn't affect the goal. We're still gonna press ahead and see what we can do. Really exciting though. My first shows, my first season, I'm kind of terrified, but it's gonna be fine. And hopefully it's gonna be a really interesting journey for you guys to watch. So that's where I'm at now. Who knows where I'll be next week? Tier 3000 probably. We move. Yesterday we didn't get any shots of the car. So now we're gonna pretend like, oh, look at my car. So yeah, we're just gonna go and take photos of it and, you know, hope that the wheel doesn't go pop again. It's been fun documenting getting this car, and it was nice to kind of kick off the YouTube series, as eventful as it was. But the main reason why I kind of wanted to talk about the fact that I've got it is because this is like the first thing that I've been able to comfortably purchase as an adult and not have to worry, like, and it wasn't too long ago that I was busting my fucking balls at uni with 0 money. I came out uni 18 months ago, literally £50 to my name, asking for money off my dad to survive until I started my permanent role. And it felt like I was always just going to be worried. Like even yesterday when all the shit happened with the car, the fact that I didn't have to worry about spending money on getting it fixed is a privileged place to be, and I've only got here from lots of hard work. And so it's nice to be able to document these moments, and hopefully there'll be a few more to come in future. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the first kind of taste of YouTube, what you might be getting from me, and I really would appreciate it if you would like and subscribe, if you want to follow along my journey. If you do watch this video, if you repost it or reshare it, it would be really good for just to help me out. And I would also repost it on my story, because, you know, you're the real MVPs, the ones that have got to the end and actually watched it. And it's just nice to get a little bit of support whilst I get the YouTube on the way. So stay tuned, there's more stuff coming. I don't know what's coming, but that's the exciting part. So I will see you guys later.